So I decided for the first book review that I'd be doing, I was going to do graphic novels. The reason why is because I feel like they are so underappreciated. I feel like people are just like, they're just comic books, or they're not real literature. Just people being snub about it and thinking like it's not reading, or that it's literally all pictures. Like, okay, yes, there's pictures, but that's art. It's just as good as any novel that you will buy that's just words. So that's why I am going to show some of my favorite graphic novels and tell you guys a bit about them, and hopefully maybe it'll interest you guys in wanting to read them. And if you were one of those people that would think like that they're not real books, maybe this will change your mind. So the first thing I have is actually a series, and I've been reading this since 2015 maybe, and that is, oh Jesus, they're heavy. The Amulet series by Kazu Kibuishi. I'm gonna butcher names here and I am so sorry. No disrespect, I'm just literally, everybody's like that. We butcher names. But I love this series. I can say I've reread it about 6 or 7 times, obviously because it's a middle school level book, so for me they're not hard to read at all, and it's easy to follow, and the art in it is just so beautiful. I fell in love with the characters immediately, and like I said, the art in it is just beautiful. And you can tell because he comes out with Kazu, he comes out with them about like every 2 years, 3 years, and you can just see how like the art is progressing. Not saying that it's like getting better, but like you can tell like it changes a bit, or like he improved a bit, so it's interesting to see. Anyway, about the story, it follows a girl named Emily and her brother Nathan. Is it Nathan? Nathan? Yeah, I read this book 7 times. Nah, it's Naven, if that's how you say it. And they move into their old great-grandfather's house, and they discover something mysterious. And their mother gets captured by something that they don't know what it is. It's this weird glob creature thing, and they end up going to try and save her and end up in this whole new world. And throughout the series, they're just figuring out this world, and Emily has found an amulet, which is why the series is called Amulet, that was her great-grandfather's, and it gives her powers. And throughout the book she's figuring out how to use them, how to help her and her friends, how to help her mother. So it's very interesting, and you really see how much the characters grow. You see Emily going from this little girl that's kind of like, just like, yeah, whatever, I don't really want to move, to I am the hero, I'm gonna help these people, I'm responsible for this. And even her brother Naven, you get to see him grow like, holy crap, like from this little boy that just wants to play with Legos to, well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's very amazing how you see the characters' development in this. And I love it. I love it. I might cosplay from this, honestly. I'm not 100% sure, just because it's not like the biggest fandom, but I don't know. I might still. The only thing that disappoints me about these books, and it's a personal thing, it's nothing to do with Kazu or anything, is that a ship that I have in this book I don't think is gonna happen. You'd think in like the first 6 books that it seems kind of like obvious that it could happen, and it makes sense that it could happen, but in the next few books you see like, maybe not, I'm not sure, and that just that just a personal disappointment, because anybody that has ships, you know, if it doesn't end up happening, you know the heartbreak, and you know how it feels to not have it be canon. But there's still one more book to come. There are going to be 9 books in this series, and I don't know, totally besides the point. It's just a great, really great adventure book, graphic novel, and I really highly recommend it to anybody who's into that. Moving on. Ow! So the next one I have is Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too, and I know it's spelled out differently, spelled in like alien language, and I don't even know if you would consider this a graphic novel, because, well, I personally consider it an illustrated poetry book, which I guess you could say graphic novel, and it's so sweet. Like, I literally cried after I finished reading it. It's about this alien that gets sent to Earth, and he is on a project to research Earth and why things do this or things do that, or what's this and what's that. And he has to describe what it is, and he has like, this is like his journal that he's writing in. So it's really like wholesome, I would say. Like, it's just really sweet and cute, yet it's real. Like, it makes you realize some stuff about humanity that you're like, oh shit, like, okay. And it's just, it's so sweet. It's so sweet. If you guys hear the fan in the background, sorry, but it's really effing hot in here. This graphic novel I have read many times. I first read it in 9th grade, I believe. It wasn't a project or anything, I just saw it on like a, like a review site, and I thought, looks interesting. And I would read it like once a month, my entire year in 9th grade. And that is Anya's Ghost. This is such a good one, especially for the spooky season, because it really keeps you on your toes. This book is about a girl named Anya who is in high school. Do I need to say more? Any story with this girl's in high school, you can see like where it's going. Wanting to be popular, wanting the certain boy, wanting da-da-da-da-da. And that's what it is, but her family is from Russia, so she's like dealing with that. Like, she like said she got rid of her accent when she was little, and she just trying to fit in. One day she goes into the woods and she falls into this old well, and in that well there's a skeleton, and in that skeleton is, I forgot the name, I believe it's Emily. Yep. Just wasted 2 minutes to figure out a name that I already knew. So one day Anya falls down this old well, and in that well is a skeleton, and that skeleton belongs to a girl named Emily. Emily and Anya end up teaming up, and Emily ends up helping Anya in school, with her schoolwork, with the boy, with popularity, But during along in the story, there seems to be more to Emily than meets the eye. So you get to figure out a lot more, and like I said, it really keeps you on your toes. You're always trying to figure out, like, who is this Emily? Is she everything that we seem? And you're trying to like figure out like Anya's problems, like what she's really thinking. And I did hear that they're actually going to make either a movie or a short series about this, which I'm really excited about. So look out for that. If you're not interested in reading, maybe you can at least watch that. My leg's asleep. Ow! So the next 2 books that I have are by Reina Telgemire. Again, I may have butchered her name. I'm sorry. Oh, damn it. I just realized I didn't say the names of the 2 other books. Okay, so Everyone's an Alien, If You're an Alien Too, is by Jomny Sun. I don't know if that's his actual name. He may have butchered it for the like writing style of this. And then Anya's Ghost is by Vera Brosgol. I think it's a Russian name, so I know I did not say it right, but I am so sorry, and I'm a big fan of your book if you're seeing this. Okay, back to what I was saying. These next two books are from Reina Telgemeier, and that is Smile and Drama. Now I'm going to start with Smile. This is an autobiography about Reina's life with braces and like all her problems with her teeth, and it's a lot. It's really a lot, but it's such a good story. It really keeps you entertained, and it's really like real, and it's very relatable to anybody who has had like spacers or braces or a headset or something. I am one of those people, so when I read this I was like, me, sometimes. Not all the time, but it's very, very entertaining, and it really does show like the reality of growing up with braces, or just generally growing up. Like it even goes through like puberty and your first crush, your second crush, and and it's just so good and very relatable. Anybody that's gonna start middle school, I personally recommend this very much. Even if you're not going to middle school, pick it up, read it, like enjoy it. Next one is very, very, very loved, if you cannot tell, and that is Drama. And this book, I have so much love for it. This book is about Callie, who is a set designer for her theater group, and she meets these two brothers that are twins that are very, very cute, and she gets to know them, and she convinces them to come try out for the play. One of them gets in, and the other comes and helps behind the scenes. So she gets to know them, and she learns that one of them is actually gay. So obviously she's accepting. That's not like the whole point of the story. But the other one, who is presumably straight, she ends up falling for. So it goes through the story of her falling for this boy, and then at the end something happens that crushes her, and she has to learn about acceptance and forgiveness, and it also just shows like a lot of how things work behind the scenes, and you get to know where Callie got her love for theater, and it's so good. I'm so good at book reviews. Wow. Ow. Just my foot. I need to find a better solution for how I'm supposed to film. I thought this was a good thing because the lighting's good, the background's cute, you see my bookshelf, but it ain't working because, ow. Next is The Witch Boy by Molly Knox Ostertang. Sorry. Either way, I just saw this book in the Scholastics and I thought it looked interesting, so I picked it up without really knowing what it was, and I started reading it without knowing what it was, and I loved it. I love the concept of it. So basically it's about this boy named Aster who is from a magic family, and the boys are wizards, I believe? No, the boys are shapeshifters and the girls are witches, but he identifies as a witch. Not necessarily female, but he has more of the powers of a witch than a shapeshifter. So he still identifies as a boy, but he has the powers of a witch. You got me? I know it's a little confusing, but like it makes sense once you read it. So basically it's just him trying to figure out like what to do, because his father thinks he should still be a shapeshifter, but he wants to learn magic, like witchcraft, so he's doing it secretly and he's trying to do it without his parents finding out. And then he meets this girl that he like becomes friends with, and it's it's a very, very touching story, and I haven't read the second one yet. The second one's out, and I haven't even ordered it or anything yet because I just have so many books I have to read. But when I do get the chance, I will be very happy to be able to find out what happens next. Last, but oh so certainly not least, is The Prince and the Dressmaker. Oh my gosh, this and Drama are like head to head for my favorite graphic novel. Like, it's just, it's so sweet, and it's so real, and it's so like, it's so good. I remember finishing it and then starting it over again, like, right away. So The Prince and the Dressmaker is this story about this prince named Sebastian. Although this actually goes along in Paris, so I'm assuming they would actually pronounce it Sebastien, but we'll go with Sebastian. And then this girl named France, which again might be said in the French way, so it might be France, but we'll say France. And it's basically the story about a prince who likes to dress up as a woman. He still identifies as a man, but he likes to dress up as a woman. And it is so well put together. Like, the art is beautiful, and it's just, it's amazing, like, how they made such a heavy subject, like, almost kind of lighthearted in this book, because obviously, like, this is made in, like, the, like, maybe 18th century or something. The story, not the actual, it wasn't actually created in the 18th century, this book, but I'm saying, like, the storyline is based off in the 18th century or something. And, like, it wasn't accepting there to be able to cross-dress or be, like, gender neutral with stuff or be genderqueer or whatever. So it's just very, very nice that they created a story like that to show that, hey, some people just love to dress up. Some people want to be a woman. Some people want to be a man. Some people, it's all LGBTQ related, which is my favorite thing in books. Like, I love when they include LGBTQ subjects. And this is just one of them. So basically what it is Sebastien and France team together. Okay, so I think I lost you guys for a second there, but basically what I was saying was Sebastien and France team up together. France makes Sebastien dresses and costumes for him to wear out at night. That's when he dresses up and goes out in his other persona, I guess, other gender, I guess you could say. And it's just, it's so nice. They really form a beautiful bond that you love, that you just fall in love with it yourself. And yeah, it shows, like, people being judgmental over it and just the awfulness that can come with stuff like that. But like I said, it's a beautiful story. I highly recommend it to anybody. I personally think it would make a really, really, really good book for like a school project, because it has so many subjects in it, like family drama and obviously like cross-dressing and LGBTQ, and it's just, I love it. I wish everybody could read this book just so I can gush to everybody about it. And that is it. That's all that I have for today. I'm sorry that it was everywhere. I did have some stuff written down on my computer for this, but since filming my other video with the cosplay and just making it like improv almost, I felt a lot more comfortable. Like, I tried to film before a few book reviews, and I had my computer with me for like what I wrote, all my notes, and I just felt more pressured and I felt more uncomfortable. So I wanted to try it like this. And it might not be perfect, like I might have missed a bunch of stuff. But again, it's just my first book review. So we'll give it a try. So give it a thumbs up if you guys liked, and let me know down below what you guys would like to see next. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.